As I promised, in this part 2 of the psychological trauma and breathing, I'm going to discuss today how to regulate the psychopathology of trauma and tips to manage your trauma by focusing outward and inward. Whether the trauma is big or little, that triggers a trauma stress reaction, a chronic stress reaction inside your body. By this, I mean your blood pressure increases, that leads to increased deposition of clots inside your arteries, which in turn triggers the brain system with increased anxiety, depression, and addiction. And in order to actually control the fight or the fight response by the sympathetic nervous system, you need to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the calm and digest system. Imagine a car. The sympathetic and parasympathetic are the accelerator and the brake system of the car. So here we have to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Why? Because parasympathetic nervous system, as I said before, relaxes and it also improves your immune system and reduces your blood pressure. So your body system comes to a state of homeostasis. Now, tips to focus on outward. The first tip is exercise. Exercise, you hear very commonly around people say, I'm stressed and I go to gym. Why do they do that? Exercise reduces stress, anxiety, depression, and the negative moods like sadness and loneliness by improving your self-esteem and also cognitive function. Running for 15 minutes a day or walking for an hour can help you to decrease your depression symptoms by 26%. How this is possible? What is the psychopathology regulation behind it? Exercise releases endorphins, which reduces your stress hormones, the cortisol, and improves your relaxation and pleasure. It also increases your happy hormones, the dopamines and serotonin, and hence they also improve your self-esteem. The second tip is mindfulness. Mindfulness is just avoiding the overthinking and overanalyzing and gaining the center of focus in one particular thing or an object. As the famous Korean Zen master Sengdan tells his students, when reading, only read. When eating, only eat. And when thinking, only think. So the famous grounding techniques of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 goes with this mindfulness. So acknowledge 5 things you see around, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, and 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. Now, I'm going to talk to you about the tips to focus inward, inside your body, as the term inward means. So I'm going to give you about 13 tips in this. So you have a lot of tools to use in your practice on a daily life. So the first step is something which I enjoy doing every day and it benefited me. Repetitive prayer. So choose a music, if you're a spiritual person, choose a music that actually helps you to focus your inner self and sit down calmly and quietly in a position that will help you to be more focused so that your body is in control, so that you're not swaying and every part of your body is within your control. And so just sit calmly and quietly, taking the position and play the music and say the prayers, what you actually willing to say with that music. So I've just added a clip of what I do every day, and I do this 20 minutes every day, and that gains me more inner spiritual power, and I feel more powerful after doing this. So this does not apply to everyone because not everyone likes to be spiritual or religious. So it doesn't apply to those who are not actually in the spirituality.
वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्व विष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा.
The second tip is practice meditation. Meditation has been proven scientifically is going to help you to calm down your inner sense and gain more self-esteem. A calming down comes with the activation of your parasympathetic nervous system and also a sense of awareness to yourself. So I do meditation with my own music. So I like to have a music in the background when I'm doing meditation, and my meditation is roughly 15 minutes every day. And those who are beginners can start less than or keep this at the 15 minutes, because I don't think this is actually an advanced stage. People who are in advanced stage might choose to meditate more than 30 minutes to an hour. So it is up to you at what level you are, and try to use your own levels of meditation. So I have added a small clip of meditation, how I do every day. Third tip is practice yoga or Tai Chi. As research has proved scientifically, both yoga and Tai Chi is going to be very helpful in gaining our body balance and mind balance. So both the mind and the body is gaining more balance. And with yoga, it goes with more flexibility, and with Tai Chi, it goes more with the balance. The fourth tip is progressive muscle relaxation. This is one of the famous tools I used in my practice, mostly through my years, where you are actually teaching your muscles to get aware of the tension and equating it to stress, and then relaxing the muscles and equating it to happiness. So you can choose your own position again, and most preferred position is lying down. You can choose even to sit down in a chair or your preferred place on the ground, and start practicing this progressive muscle relaxation. And starting with usually the relaxation goes from in a one direction, either from your toes up to your head, or from your head up to your toes. So starting from your toes, contracting and relaxing your toes and equating it to the stress and happiness, and then trying to press your calf muscle down on the floor, and when you're pressing down, equating it to a stress level, and when you're relaxing, equating to happiness level, and then moving up to your pelvis and pressing down your pelvis on your back, lower back onto your. If I say pelvis, I just want to change it to lower back. So pressing your lower back onto the ground, and then equating it to the stress, and then relaxing, equating it to happiness, and then moving up and trying to press your elbow down and then or your shoulder. You can choose whatever parts of your body you would like to teach the awareness of tension and relaxation. And then again, relaxing, equating it to happiness, and trying to close your eyes tightly, then moving upwards, and then open up slowly. And this is going to equate you to the tension and relaxation. So this is one of the good technique. Again, you are actually trying to work your muscles and also teach the awareness of stress and happiness. The fifth tip is visualization. This is again taking a quiet and calm place and choosing to have a music at the background or not. It is your own choice. And then closing your eyes and bringing that imagery of memories of places or person or some kind of sceneries that you wish to bring to your mind at that time and which you enjoyed and which create happiness in the past for you. So bringing that and then focusing on those memories with your normal breathing, becoming aware of your breathing as well at the same time, is going to help you to relax. Sixth step is positive self-affirmation. So focusing on words that are soothing, such as calm or peace, and looking at a mirror and talking to yourself. Or if you don't prefer that way, looking at the mirror, you can again take a quiet and calm place and saying to yourself that peaceful, calm words to yourself, like, I am a calm person. I am a peaceful person. I am at peace within myself. I care for humans and animals. I love the world. So, whatever comes to your mind, that is going to be helping you to calm down and be in peace. The seventh tip is playing with animals or pets. If you have animals or pets, playing with them, that might trigger your happy hormones, and that might be one of the ways you can trigger your parasympathetic nervous system. And the eighth tip is playing with your children. Again, triggers are similar of interacting with the humans or animals is actually going to trigger your oxytocin release. Okay, at this point, I would like to talk about the oxytocin. What is oxytocin? Oxytocin is actually anti-stress hormones. It is released when you're interacting with animals or humans, and the common times when the oxytocin is released in our body is during delivery of a baby or during breastfeeding or during sexual activities. So the oxytocin, how it is actually released and what is the action is it is going to stimulate the dopamine release in the nucleus accumbens, and it's also going to increase your social interaction and decrease the actions in the amygdala and decreases the stress reaction by action in the hypothalamic pituitary adrenaline axis. So, as I said, during the interactions between humans, like breastfeeding or delivering a baby or sexual activity, or during interaction with the animals or pets, the sensory nerves are actually triggered and there's a release of oxytocin. So, not only that, even food intake can release oxytocin. That's another reason where people with high stress get addicted to either high intake of food or high sexual activity. So that might actually is in a way of gaining themselves to increase the way of gaining themselves or increasing their happiness hormones inside them, but it is an abuse to their body and to their people who they are actually acting with. Excessive use of sexual activities or the food is dangerous, and it's not going to create that happiness, though it was a momentary pleasure, which they are relying as and sending signals to their brain that it is okay to do it. But in the long run, then that is going to trigger more anxiety inside them with those activities. So, particularly in trauma, I'm going to more focus on the somatosensory activation. These oxytocins are released. By this, I mean like tactile stimulations can release oxytocins in our body, like touch, stroking, or a rubbing or warm temperature can actually release the oxytocin. In the American guidelines, it has been confirmed that warming, drying, rubbing the back or the soles of the feet has been recommended to stimulate the spontaneous breathing in the newborn or the preterm babies. So, in case of trauma in the adults, simple tactile stimulations like with the fingertips touching your cheeks in a circular movement, okay, might actually trigger your parasympathetic nervous system release of oxytocin, okay, and that increases your feeling of well-being and calmness. Or touching your lips, okay, where a more number of parasympathetic nervous system sensory fibers are there. So this might actually help you to relax. And again, the same principle applies, release of oxytocin and feeling of greater inner well-being. Number 9 is spending time in nature. That is multiple effects of positive effects on you, more on you, on your lungs with the good oxygen, fresh oxygen, and also the muscle actions and movements. And this is all contributing factors to your increased well-being, spending time with nature, connecting with nature, I would call it as. And the attentive is to something you enjoy, like hobbies which you enjoy, okay, and so that there is no kind of boundaries on you, and you feel independent and more responsible for what you're doing. The 11th tip is the diaphragmatic breathing. I'm now going to demonstrate diaphragmatic breathing. I'm choosing to sit in this position because when you're standing upright or sitting and flat, your pelvic tilt matters a lot to help the diaphragm to be in a less tension position. So I'm now going to show you how to make your diaphragmatic tension a little bit reduced and be helpful for your lateral expansion, that is the sideways expansion of the rib cage, which is very much key important to help your diaphragm to be in a maximizing function. So, just to show you, so try to sit on your heel and keep your C grip around your lower rib cage. Okay, your lower rib cage is just at the tip of your breastbone. Okay, if you put between your breast, if you feel the tip of your breastbone and in your full maximum inspiration, okay, and the tip of your breastbone, hopefully you can see, and just slide your fingers laterally and have the C grip. Now, I'm just going to breathe in. As you know, as you breathe in, your diaphragm is going to go down and your tummy is out. Okay, and also you can see my lateral ribs are slightly moved away. And as you breathe out, everything comes in. So now, let's repeat.
the other tip is to release the tension of your diaphragm. You can go for the inhibition of your diaphragm. As I said, find the tip of your breastbone, okay? And just slide your tips of your fingers under. And now breathe out and breathe in. Breathe out. Now once you start this warming up, later then progress to holding the breath in inspiration and also expiration with a slight pressure on your fingertips. So again the same spot and so when I'm breathing out, you can see me that I'm just slightly bending forward. This is to favor the diaphragm to release that high tension and pressure and kickstart the inhibition method. So in this way, you're actually triggering your diaphragmatic breathing, which is actually helpful for the parasympathetic activation, and you might feel more relaxed.
12th tip is the box breathing.
Now I'm going to demonstrate box breathing. I have a video earlier made in the animation, the box breathing, so my link should be up here or there in my video, in this video. If you favor to go for that option, then you can very well go into that and watch the animation and do your box breathing. Now I'm going to do the box breathing with a slight change of a mudra, what we call it in our language, having the pranayama mudra with your 2 fingers bent and the thumb and your ring finger out and a little finger, your pinky finger out this way. And I'm going to use, as you know, the box breathing is like a box, okay? So using the same number of breathing in, holding, breathing out, and holding. That's why it's called box breathing or square breathing, okay? So I'm going to choose to breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, breathe out for 4 counts, and hold for 4 counts. And I'm going to repeat the cycle for at least 3 times. Okay, are you ready in your own position? So you can, for the position, if I say that I'm just sitting down, okay, and I favor this position, if you feel like you don't want this position, you can sit in a chair or you lie down and you can perform your box breathing. So let's go for it. So taking your finger position, bending the 2 fingers, your thumb out, your ring finger out, and your pinky finger out, placing the thumb onto your right nostril, and so when you're breathing in through your left nostril, and you're breathing out through your right nostril. Okay, hope it's clear. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, ready, we go.
The 13th tip is 4, 7, and 8 breathing. What this means: 4 seconds of inhale, 7 seconds of hold, and 8 seconds of exhalation. 4 seconds of breathing in, 7 seconds of hold, and 8 seconds of breathing out. So I'm just trying to be more scientific words, and also for the common people who are actually watching this video. This breathing should be practiced only for those who have an advanced lung capacity and able to hold at least a 1 second hold, 1 second or 2 second hold. Okay, so this is again the 4-7-8 means 4 seconds of breathing in, 7 seconds of hold, and 8 seconds of breathing out. So I'm just going to demonstrate that very quickly here, and the finger position as I described before. And we are going to start counting. I hope this video was informative. If you felt this video was informative, please do stop by and click that like and subscribe button and share with your friends and network. And thanks for watching. Signing off, Devi Sundar.